Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on MTV Sports. Let's start off with a look at your headlines. Landslide threat in the coming rainy season due to forests being set on fire. Khadru plants destroyed in the Suryavava area in order to control suicides. Made in China label on US Olympic team attire. Starting off with some local news now. The National Building Research Organization says that the risk of landslides in the Badulla, Nuwara and Ratnapura districts has increased due to many forests being set on fire in the region. Chief Geologist at the Landslide Observation Unit RMS Bandara said that these areas also face the threat of boulders breaking away. He said that due to the extreme heat from the forest fires, blocks of earth tend to separate, resulting in the loosening of earth. The chief geologist at the Landslide Observation Unit noted that thereby, when heavy showers are experienced in the affected areas, there is a risk of earth slips taking place. Meanwhile, the Disaster Management Centre said yesterday that 30 wildfires have been reported from the Badulla district alone this year. The centre noted that many of these fires have been caused by human activity. Forests are set ablaze for hunting purposes to obtain land and sometimes by local tourists on excursions. A program has commenced in the Suryavava Divisional Secretariat area to destroy Khadru plants. The Divisional Secretary of the Hambantota, NKR Patirana, stated that this step was taken as there has been an increasing trend of area residents using the Khadru seeds to attempt suicide. Khadru is a plant which is common in the Suryavava Divisional Secretariat area in Viriyagama. Even though this plant with yellow flowers adds to the beauty of the area, its poisonous seeds are used to attempt suicide. Hence, a program was launched to destroy the Khadru plants in the area under the guidance of the Suryavava Divisional Secretariat. Officials of the Divisional Medical Office, school, children and area residents participated in the program which was launched yesterday. Today is the 7th day of the Champions Torch Relay from the north to the south of the country, seeking to unearth budding young sportsmen and women in Sri Lanka. The today's leg of the relay commenced in Kuliapitiya this morning. The main aim of the Champions Torch Relay, which is organized by MTV and MBC networks, is to recognize the youth trying to make their mark in the local and international sporting arena. The Champions Torch Relay is organized in collaboration with the National Youth Services Council and the Sri Lanka Federation of Youth Clubs. The Torch Relay commenced from Negombo and finished its journey in Kuliapitiya yesterday. The Champions Torch Relay passed through Bingiriya, Panduwasnuwara, Hettipola and Wariyapula this morning. Today's journey will end in Kurunagala this evening. UMP spokesperson Gayantha Kannathilaka says that the government has got into trouble by calling provincial council elections before their terms end. He made this statement at a UMP Balamandala meeting in the Kakirava area in Anuradhapura yesterday.
I can definitely say by holding provincial council elections before their terms expire, they are asking for trouble. I can say that without fear. People of Rajarata, just as the people of other areas, are facing economic difficulties due to the incapability of the government. There is a drought and the farmers don't have water. This is a government that cannot even manage the water in the tanks properly.
අද ජල කළමනාකරණයක් හරියට කරගන්න බැරි ආණ්ඩුවක් මේක. වැව්හාරන වෙනුවට බිංගුර වාගේ නිදන් හාරන එකට තමයි මේගොල්ලෝ ප්‍රමුඛත්වය දුන්නේ.
MP Gantha Karunatilaka also spoke about the rising number of child molestation incidents.
පොඩි දරුවෙක්ට පාරේ බැහැලා යන්න බැරි තත්ත්වයට මේ රට පරිවර්තනය වෙලා තිබෙනවා. මද කිපුණව
This country has developed into a state where even a small child can't walk on the road. What was reported from the Akurasa and Tangol areas, the children of these areas have become easy prey. This is the unfortunate situation today.
අකුරැස්ස පැත්තේ තංගල්ල පැත්තේ මේ හැමතැනම වාර්තා වුණේ මොනවද? තමන්ගේ බල ප්‍රදේශයේ දරුවෝ සල්ලාල ගොදුරු බවට පත් කරගන්න හැටි තමයි අද අපට දකින්න වෙලා තිබෙන අවාසනාවන්ත තත්ත්වය.
Senior Minister of International Monetary Cooperation Dr. Sarath Amunugama says that the way out of the current world economic crisis is through the economic growth of India and China. He made this statement during a special lecture delivered by visiting Indian Minister of Rural Development Jairam Ramesh.
The lecture was held at the Bandanayaka Center for International Studies in Colombo yesterday. A number of parliamentarians and other politicians were present at the occasion.
The world was changed with double-digit growth in India and China. Even today, the way out of this present economic morass is through the growth of these two splendid economies. Now this sends a message to other countries in SAARC, particularly to Sri Lanka. And this demands that we look at changes that are taking place in our theatre of operations, to study it with patience, to discard all this old baggage, old enmities, old hatreds, old misunderstandings, and take a new look at how South Asian countries can work with each other in the face of this wonderful future, which will give an unimaginable sense of prosperity to all our people.
Indian Minister of Rural Development Jairam Ramesh spoke on the changing role of India in South Asia.
I think the first and most important paradigm shift that has taken place in India's thinking has been the recognition that India is large enough and India is powerful enough and India is resilient enough to take unilateral measures and not insist on reciprocity all the time. The second aspect of India's changing role is a belief that trade opens doors that normal diplomacy may not be able to open.
The epidemiology unit of the Ministry of Health says that 12,454 dengue patients have been reported from around the island in the last 6 months. 75 of them have succumbed to the disease. Meanwhile, a woman from Monragala died from dengue yesterday.
A woman residing opposite the Monragala General Hospital is the latest dengue victim. Anoma Priyangani was admitted to the Monragala General Hospital with fever. It was after a few days that she was diagnosed with dengue. Anoma Priyangani, who was a mother of two, served as an assistant librarian in a school in the area. Meanwhile, over in Brazil, a new system has been introduced by health officials to combat dengue. A new system is to release genetically modified male mosquitoes into the environment. Brazilian health officials say that through this system, the female mosquito which spreads dengue will be eradicated. Around 500,000 dengue patients have been reported from Brazil this year, with 75 deaths.
Governor of the Central Province, Tikiriko Payakadua, says that government servants who do not fulfill their duties should resign immediately. The governor made this statement during a meeting that was held yesterday to assess the progress of the dengue eradication program.
The issues in the Department of Health should be resolved immediately. If we continue to move forward with such issues, we will not be able to provide a proper service to the people. I need to inform all selfish officers who work only to fulfill their needs. The doors are wide open. Please leave.
Still in local news, one person has been killed and another has been injured after a carbide tank exploded in the Pathagoda area in Aluthgama.
The explosion had taken place at around 3:45 last afternoon in a garage in the area. The police said that a 47-year-old man had been killed in the explosion when a part of the tank had hit the victim's chest. The victim's body has been sent to the Nagoda hospital for a post-mortem. Police added that another individual had been injured in the explosion and has been admitted to the Nagoda hospital.
A person has been arrested for allegedly raping a 7-year-old child in the Moorvidya area in Mana. The police noted that the alleged rapist is a 67-year-old man. The Mana police had received information yesterday that the man had raped the child on the 10th of this month. The Mana police have launched investigations into the incident. An officer of the Anuradhapura District Office of the Consumer Affairs Authority has been arrested when attempting to obtain a bribe of 150,000 rupees. He has been arrested by the officers of the Commission to investigate allegations on bribery or corruption when attempting to obtain a bribe from a private firm in order to abstain from taking legal action against them for the sale of bulbs at higher prices. The suspect was arrested while receiving the payment in the Anuradhapura Kacheri premises. Minister of Cooperatives and Internal Trade Johnston Fernando has ordered a special investigation to be carried out on the suspected officer. The minister has ordered the chairman of the Consumer Affairs Authority to terminate the officer immediately if found guilty of the charges. The Ministry of Cooperative and Internal Trade said that the employment of 6 officers of the authority who were caught while receiving bribes had been terminated before.